In this video, I'm explaining how you can use the Bitcoin exchange balance chart in order to predict the Bitcoin price and how you can use this metric into your trading strategy. So, first of all guys, what is the Bitcoin balance on exchange chart actually telling us? Well, it basically shows us the amount of Bitcoin that is held into exchange accounts. So basically, whenever this metric is going up, it means that more and more Bitcoins are arriving at the exchange. And whenever this metric is going down, it basically means that more and more traders and investors are withdrawing their Bitcoin from exchanges. So how could this metric possibly help us in order to predict the Bitcoin price action? And well, first of all guys, I have to make a small disclaimer right here. This video really will blow your mind, and if you understand this metric correctly, it will give you a huge advantage against other traders. But as with all metrics, you always should combine good metrics with each other and therefore try to strengthening certain scenarios. But in today's video, I will show you exactly how you can use the Bitcoin exchange balance to basically predict whether there is a lot of certainty, a lot of confidence in the markets, or whether there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of panic in the markets. We are taking the data from Whaleportal.com. Whaleportal is a cryptocurrency trading dashboard which is helping traders to predict the short-term price action of Bitcoin. And here we can also see that we have the exchange balance data over here. And yeah, of course, we can also go to the Bitcoin exchange balance page, and there we can see the chart a little bit more detailed with a little bit more history, and we can compare the information that we are seeing here basically with what we are seeing in the Bitcoin price. So guys, if you want to visit Whaleportal.com and you want to view this chart, you can go either to www.whaleportal.com or you can find a link down below in the description to this website. Now guys, let's have a look at this chart in comparison to the Bitcoin price action. And the most important thing that this chart basically tells us is whether there is a lot of confidence in the markets or whether there is a lot of people anticipating to sell their Bitcoin. Because when the Bitcoin balance on exchanges is increasing, it means that traders and investors are sending their Bitcoin to exchanges. And most likely the reason why investors and traders are sending their Bitcoin to exchanges is with the intention to sell their Bitcoin for US dollars. And it works the other way around, of course. When Bitcoins are being withdrawn from exchanges, investors most likely have a more longer term perspective because they not intend to sell in the short term. Otherwise, they would have their Bitcoin on exchanges, and therefore having less Bitcoin on exchanges, it is rather more a bullish than a bearish signal. So guys, let's have a look at an example. Right here we can see that we have a low Bitcoin balance on exchanges on the 31st of October, and that 2 days later on the 2nd of November we got a very big increase in the amount of Bitcoin balance on exchanges. So a lot of Bitcoins were being sent during these couple of days to exchanges. Let's have a look what happened with the Bitcoin price afterwards. That was the 2nd of November 2021. If we have a look at the Bitcoin price, and let me take a vertical line right here, and I will put that vertical line on the 2nd of November 2021, then what we basically see right here is that Bitcoin was actually very close to its top. We still afterwards had a small bounce, or actually a small rally in the Bitcoin price, but afterwards that was a major top and we saw a further decline. So this marked the start of this huge correction which lasted over 70% in the Bitcoin price. Then guys, let's have a look at the next example. Right here we have, for example, also a very big increase. This is from the 23rd of November 2021 till the 24th of November 2021. We got also quite a big spike. Not as big as we have seen right here, but still quite a significant big spike for a 1 day period. If we have a look at the Bitcoin price and put a horizontal line at the 24th of November right here, and we zoom a little bit in, we can also see that that was basically right before this massive sell-off occurred in the Bitcoin price. And I'm not saying that all the time when there is a massive increase in this chart, there is going to be like a massive dump like we have seen right here. This was a dump of roughly 30%. But guys, it only tells us that around this time period when the bitcoins on the exchanges are increasing, it is also increasing the likelihood for Bitcoin to make a continuous move right here to the downside due to the fact that there are just more bitcoins on exchanges that are possibly can be sold. Then guys, let's have a look at the next example. Right here we also got quite an increase. This was actually starting from the 26th of December going on till the 30th of December 2021. We got quite a significant increase in the Bitcoin balance on exchanges. Let's have a look at the Bitcoin price, what happened there. So we had from the 26th of December, that was starting from here, actually going to the 30th of December right here. And in this time period, we actually saw the Bitcoin balance on exchanges significantly increase. And what did we saw afterwards when we left this period? We basically had a drop of over 30%. And that is when we are calculating it from the bottom right here. But we already saw that the Bitcoin balance on exchanges was increasing on the 26th of December. And when we are zooming in, then you can see that was the exact top of this very small rally, and eventually Bitcoin rolled over and had this massive short-term correction. And guys, let's have a look at the opposite example. Right here we got a very steep decline in the Bitcoin balance on exchanges starting at the 27th of January going till the 30th of January 2022. If we have a look at the Bitcoin price, we can see that also during this time, the 27th, 30th of January, where the Bitcoin balance on exchanges was actually quite low during this period, it also marked a local bottom. So in general terms, guys, the market was still in a downtrend. But as you can see, the moment we had low balance on exchanges, we actually saw short-term the price increase, but also short-term increasing due to this kind of retracement that we had in the price. So therefore, in the opposite direction, it is also a very great indicator showing us that when there is a low balance on exchanges, there is also a less likelihood for the price to come down, as there are basically less Bitcoin on exchanges that are potentially could be sold. And of course, when that number is increasing, the potential downside is also increasing. Then guys, let's have a look at the following example. Right here we got a very steep increase as well. That was on the 13th and 14th of April 2022. We had quite a significant increase in the Bitcoin balance on exchanges. Let's have a look at the price at the 14th and 15th of April. That was around here. And as you can see, also after we had that increase in the Bitcoin balance on exchanges, we saw Bitcoin had a very small rally short term in the coming days after we've seen that. But actually afterwards, we had quite a massive correction of approximately, from the point we got the signal till the bottom, of approximately 37%. Then guys, let's take one more example. That is right here. We got one at going up from the 6th of June, but actually had this massive spike on the 9th of June 2022. And let's put a line on the 9th of June. That is right here, exactly. So that was one day. Actually, we were already busy with that correction, but there was one day before we had a massive correction. And from the moment we got that signal, we had a correction of roughly over 40%. So that was quite significant. And guys, here we have an opposite example again. We went from the 28th of June. We actually just saw a decline in the amount of Bitcoins on exchanges. And if we have a look at the price chart from the 28th of June, that was roughly right here. We can also see that the trend of Bitcoin has not really been down. The downside was actually very limited. We actually saw Bitcoin trending up during this period when the Bitcoin balance on exchanges actually declines. So that is how you can use this chart and how you can predict whether there could be an increased chance of sellers in the markets or whether there is a decreased chance of sellers in the market and therefore a better likelihood for the price to either turn up or turn downwards. Guys, if you like this video and you've learned something, make sure to smash up that like button. That is very much appreciated. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below as well. And if you haven't done so already, also make sure to go to our Twitter page, Whaleportal, where you can find actually a lot of interesting market insights, but also automated Twitter bots which are tweeting out certain signals like the funding rates, the take buy sell ratio, crypto fear and greed index, and many more. You definitely shouldn't miss out. Make sure to follow Whaleportal over on Twitter. I will drop a link to the Whaleportal Twitter page down below in the description. Guys, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to wish all of you an awesome day, and I hope to see all of you in the next video.